Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we have the bridge between the off-season and the real season. It's the Clash at Bristol Dirt coming your way, where all of the entries for this upcoming season's Daytona 500 are going to be racing here at this Food City Dirt race from Bristol Motor Speedway. Aside from Shane Van Gisbergen, he will not be in the Daytona 500, but he is in the Clash here. He will have somebody else in his place for Daytona. You see him right there. It was crucial for us to get out on track early in this Petro-Canada paint scheme here that we have on track. Now, all the schemes you see today are going to be all the schemes we as well see in that 500. Now, practice underway, and there's going to be a very specific reason you see why I chose Bristol Dirt to be an exhibition race and not a points-paying race, because the Motorsport Games porting this track over in the NASCAR Heat 5, or I should say working with the Cup Series AI, it's pretty bad because Bristol Dirt has always been in NASCAR Heat 5, but the AI are absolutely terrible. But nonetheless, you'll see as we go on, pretty happy with the car in practice. I mean, the track is not difficult to drive. It doesn't really drive like a dirt track at all. So yeah, that was practice right there. I did 5 laps and called it quits as Josh Berry rolls by to get some laps on track as a Cup Series rookie. His first full-time season, he'll be going up against Carson Hocevar for Rookie of the Year. Let me know down below in the comments who you think is going to come out on top of that Rookie of the Year battle between those two drivers. We won last season's Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go with Carson Hocevar is going to win it here because Andretti's probably going to be better than SHR. Andretti Global, that is a brand new team this season. Qualifying underway as we went down this back straightaway towards 3 and 4. Going to try and keep it towards the inside line. A little bit of a tail whip there on the entry and on the exit as well. But nonetheless, we go down this front straightaway. We'll cross the line. It's a 17.558 and it's dead last. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So the AI are really good at qualifying here. But the question is, how good can they race here? What we see on track today is not really going to be relevant to where everybody's going to stack up in terms of R&D going into Season 2, so don't really pay a whole lot of attention to that. It's really just a more of a right place, right time kind of race and avoid all the chaos. Pole, it's going to be Ryan Blaney, who's got a lot of dirt history in his background, and Tyler Reddick as well, P2. Two dirt guys on the front row. We don't have any of the pre-race stuff. That will be, of course, kicking off with Season 2 at the 500. We're going to have Kevin Harvick in the booth as well after his retirement from last season there. Came up short of a Cup Series championship, kind of heartbreaking fashion. Had that tire failure late in Phoenix. Things just never really went right for him now. Same for Denny Hamlin, but he was just slow in that race. Now, we're ready to go for season number 2 here for the Clash from Bristol Dirt, right behind the brand new manufactured team of Legacy Motor Club. They switch over from Chevrolet to Toyota. They got John Hunter Nemechek in the lineup now as we dive down into 1 and 2. Both Hocevar as well as Chastain had to go to the back here as we exit turn 2. We've already got trouble down the back straightaway. That's the 17 of Chris Buescher in the inside wall. No caution. Relaxed cautions are on here from Bristol Dirt. NASCAR has said they will be more hesitant later in the race to throw yellows if we see a lot. Here's the replay. You can see Buescher slides up into the side of Reddick and then gets hit by Sanok on the way back down and goes crashing into the inside wall. Nonetheless, we continue making some ground here on the inside, up into 33rd place as we complete the first couple of laps here in stage number 1. 3 wide in front of us. You're going to see a lot of that here today now as I'm going to continue to just use this inside to make up as much track position as I can. Shane Van Gisbergen moving his way forward here. Now he's going to be doing, like I said in the off-season video, about half the Cup schedule, full-time in Xfinity and trucks. Very exciting times ahead. Now we'll pass the other Legacy Motor Club Toyota of Eric Jones as we go into 3, and we've already made a big mistake. We're actually going to go for a slide, and there it is. No caution. We try to reverse onto the track, and we actually get stuck. We can't move. There we go, but now we've gone head on into the inside wall, and the car's struggling to fire back up. We'll get it rolling eventually, but we're nearly a lap down. Here comes Ryan Blaney. As you can see him on the track map right there, only about a second back. We have some damage on the car that we're going to have to get repaired whenever we get a caution, either be, you know, any lap now or at the end of the stage. I was quite surprised we've gone 6 laps green. Fortunately, we would drive away from the leader of Blaney, would drive around the outside of Carson Hocevar, and the pace in the car was actually fine. So I was pretty confident here. There you see my teammate of Daniel Hemrick actually going into the pit lane, crash in front of us. Joey Logano's around. We smash into the back of the 8, and the caution is going to come out here in this first segment of this Bristol Dirt Clash. It is pure chaos so far, and we've got plenty of racing to go. We would pit to, of course, fix the car, and now we will try and focus in on actually moving forward here. Riley Herbst with the free pass. We're ready to go back racing here from Bristol. We're back underway, right behind our colleague racing teammate of Daniel Hemrick. Chase Elliott's back here. Logano, Harvick, or sorry, not Harvick, he's gone. That's Harrison Burton in the green car, in that number 10 Hunt Brothers machine. And here I am in the outside wall. We were 4 wide for a brief moment now as we continue down this backstretch. So we only have a few laps of racing here in stage 1 to go. So I'm trying to find a way down to the inside like this and just try to maybe kind of almost cheat my way through the field by picking up these positions the easy way. Now down into the corner we go, and sure enough, we're just going to be able to breeze past some of these cars there. Christopher Bell now on the inside of Josh Berry. A little bit of contact with him, a stack up on the outside. Truex Hamlin right there. Truex, of course, the defending champion now, a 2-time Cup Series champ. Elliott goes for a slide on lap 15. He saves it, but another checkup. I'm going to go around the outside, past my former teammate here of Justin Haley. Briscoe and him, actually, no, that's the 41 of Priest making contact as I pass the 21 of Almirola. We continue on, making our way through the field. Final lap of stage 1 this was as we dive down into 3. Look at the track map. It's Daniel Suarez winning the stage. A slide for Jones. He saves it. We also hit the wall. We drag race to the line. It's going to be P20 in this opening stage here from Bristol Dirt Clash Racing now. Overall, honestly, not as many accidents as I expected. So we are sitting pretty good, about halfway through the field, going into stage number 2. Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, 2 drivers that started in the top 3, still find themselves up there in the mix here as we'll get ready to roll now from Bristol Dirt for the second stage. We have over 1,000 laps of fuel in this car here in Bristol Dirt, so there's no concerns for that today as we're going to get back rolling for the green flag, and it's going to be 16 laps of racing here. You can see the field really slow on the restarts, but I'm sure by now, at this point in the video, after one stage, I'm sure you guys can tell why I did not put Bristol Dirt on the official schedule, but I wanted to bring it in some form, and that was through a clash. So yeah, it's pretty obvious now, I'm sure to you guys. As you can see, another stack up on the exit of 4. There goes Hemrick. He's whizzing by on the inside, up at the top 20, just about 4 wide in front of us here. We're stuck on the outside here, waiting for the right opportunity. A huge stack up there. Fortunately, we avoid any contact, but now you can see we really don't gain anything out of it. Still P23 or so, right to the back of Stenos, sending him into the corner. He's going to save it as well. Of course, the dirt ringer, Ricky Stenos Jr. is. We continue on, just trying to make some headway. Another big accident in front of us this time. Dylan on the inside. Bowman is going around multiple times there on the top, as that would bring out another caution here in Bristol Dirt. So this will bring nobody into the pit lane. I don't really expect to see anybody in the pit lane here throughout this race unless they get catastrophic damage here. One cool thing about the Next Gen 2.0, the first time we get to actually bring this Next Gen 2.0 into racing conditions, is we also now have a working damage model now, as the 9 of Elliott goes for a slide, as we made a little bit of contact with them there and we were able to slip through, and now we continue to make a bunch of gains on positions. There's Corey LaJoy, one of the 2 of the Andretti Global drivers. There you saw a slide as well for the 54, and just like that, we're already up towards the top 15 as we still have 8 to go in this stage, and now just trying to use this outside. This is where I'm most comfortable. We can gain a lot of time up here on this outside lane, and you can see though it just turns into a bit of a mess. So we got Haley as well as Shane Van Gisbergen right here side by side into turn 1. Michael McDowell leads. I'm going to slip through on the bottom. We'll get a 2-for-1 special in that corner. Bowman's car is absolutely destroyed, by the way, but SVG would get past me again, and so would Alex Bowman actually. So we were back down to about P15, right on the back bumper of this 48. A bit of a shot to the back of the 48 and contact with the 51. Now I get hit in the door by the 6. We still hang on to a top 15 position here. Now is a huge stack up on the exit of 4. We would run down Shane Van Gisbergen, but it's because of the 78 of BJ McLeod literally stopping on the track. No cautions coming out. NASCAR does not want to throw cautions, it seems like, at the end of stage number 2. This was actually good for me, because it would allow me to do this. I would be able to gain positions until Tyler Reddick would decide to chop my nose and we would both go into the outside wall. So that was just thrilling there, but we're going to be able to pass him anyway. So we'll take P9 coming to the final lap of the stage around the outside of Denny Hamlin here, side by side for the start of that final lap here in stage 2. Wallace out in front. Suarez goes around off the left side of Chase Briscoe. He's not going to save it. Big crash in the background, and you can tell NASCAR really doesn't want to throw cautions at this point. I'm going to try and gain what I can. There's a caution now, a little bit late on that call, but it helps me. We get up to P6 here as this race is absolute chaos. You know, fitting for just an exhibition race here in NASCAR Heat 5. So Suarez won stage 1, and Bubba will win stage 2. And we will not come to the pits again, and we'll all get ready to go racing for the third and final stage of this Bristol Dirt Clash. We're on row 3. We're up to P6. We're looking pretty good here as the green flag is back out, and it's once again underway eventually here. Now as they get to the line, it's almost like when they actually decide they're going to go. So we get a nice run into the first turn, into the top 5. We got William Byron up the track. McDowell into the door of us there, slams us into the outside. Well, that does some heavy damage to the right side of this Petro-Canada machine. We continue on. No worries there. We maintain P6 at least right to the back bumper of that 12 of Ryan Blaney. Did have to check up there as we only have 22 laps of racing to go. We're going to go to the inside, make it 3 wide. We'll pass them both there. The 48, the 12 move down a position each here as we go to the outside of the 24. Austin Cindric out in front. McDowell contact with Bubba Wallace, goes for a slide. We have to stop on the brakes. Bubba for a slide after contact with the 24. The 12 collected as well. We all continue on. Hamlin and Bowman slip through into third and fourth. The caution's going to fly again here in stage number 3, and we will get them ready to line up for another restart here from Bristol. We would be lining up behind the 11 of Hamlin in that FedEx Toyota Camry this time. A big shot of the back bumper there as we get back underway. And watch this. I'm going to push Hamlin down into turn 1 and send him 3 wide for the lead, but he goes for a power slide through the center of the corner. Another big save. We'll try to go around the outside, but no, Hamlin's going to force us into the outside wall. Red side on the right side there. You can see it in the little damage indicator on the car, but we stay in the top 10, and now we got a little bit more work to do here as we continue on. We would run down McDowell. Allmendinger, our brand new full-time teammate, of course, no part-time drivers at Colleague this season. We move back up into P6, battling with Allmendinger and Byron. We'll go around the outside of these guys into turn 1, 16 to go in the race, and they both slide up the track. The caution again comes out here from Bristol Dirt, so we would get ready to rack them up again. Will this be the final restart? Probably not. We'll get ready to roll with Cindric on that front row, as well as we are once again underway. It's going to be 13 laps of racing, a very slow launch there off the grid from the 13 of Allmendinger. We'll try to look up the inside if we got the opportunity to do so. Look at that 48 car. It's absolutely destroyed. Blaney around on the exit of 2 after contact with Denny Hamlin into turn 3. We're out of control into the side of Allmendinger. He goes spinning. He's not going to save that one. That's going to cause a big accident. The caution surely is going to fly, and maybe not. We're still green as we head down into turn 1 and 2. We would come around a whole nother lap, and they were still stopped. We all have to slam on the brake pedal. Cindric going to be the first one into it. No caution. Everyone's piling into this absolute mess. NASCAR at this point, you can tell, is fed up. They are not throwing a caution, and we're just trying to beat Byron now. Get around Byron. Blaney's no longer on the lead lap, of course, from that crash. We take the lead. We're leading in Bristol Dirt here with coming to the final 10 laps of this race. What an absolute mess this race has been, and all of a sudden we have a chance to get our first win with Colleague. It would not count as an actual, career victory, but it would count as a Clash exhibition race victory here. 7 laps to go. We're out in front, in control of this race, and everything had seemed to sort itself out. No signs of any cautions coming. There was a spun car on the inside there on the exit of the corner, but that was really it. I was now a whole straightaway ahead of the 24 of William Byron now as we exit turn 2. So everything's looking all of a sudden very, very good. Just hoping for no caution here. 3 laps to go. We're 4 wide with lap cars. Not necessarily something I recommend because of this. We're sliding all over the place. We're going to save it. Maybe there's a crash up ahead. That's, I think, the 41. Yes, it is. Almirola is going to slam into the side of him. Former teammates, of course. We still have a huge lead over now Daniel Suarez, a whole straightaway there. So it's just about bringing it home, hoping for no caution. White flag in the air, nearly half a lap advantage at this point here as they continue to struggle. And here we are, Season 2, with now a 5-star Colleague Racing car after the upgrade with the alliance with Hendrick Motorsports, and we are proving right off the bat that we are here to fight, because for the first time in this career, we are going to pick up a victory. It's not a big one. It's, of course, just a clash here in Bristol. It doesn't count for anything. It's not a points race. It's not a career victory, but still a cool way to kick off season number 2. And we needed some luck to, of course, be in that position. But, you know, that's racing. Sometimes it's luck-based, and we will absolutely take the victory here from Bristol. Daniel Suarez, Byron Briscoe, and Austin Dillon there in the top 5. How about Noah Gregson in the 62 car in the top 10 as well? As you see the rest of the order, Hocevar and his teammate of LaJoy, both Andretti Global cars, inside the top 20. So very strong efforts from those drivers, with Zane Smith at the bottom of the grid. And that will wrap up the Clash episode for us here today to kick off Season 2. Next episode, Daytona 500, Season 2 officially underway. Who's going to get it? Will it be Rick Ware Racing again? We'll have to wait and see. I will see you guys then. Have a great day, everybody.